Good morning, friends. My name is Pradnesh. Today I am going to tell you a story. The story's title is The Brahmin's Dream. Long, long ago, there lived a poor Brahmin who had to beg for a living. Sometimes he had to go without food for many days. Often he had barely a handful to eat. But one day he got a pot full of flour. He was very happy. He took the pot home and hung it up near his bed. Then he lay down on the bed and gazed lovingly at his pot of flour. I wish I were rich, thought the Brahmin. Then I not beg for door to door. And the man began to dream. There is plenty of flour in that pot, he said to himself, and it will last me for some days. Shall I keep it or shall I sell it? Suppose there was a famine in the land, I could sell it for a very good price. I would go to the market and call out, who will buy my flour? And my people will come forward. I will buy it for 10 rupees. A man will say, here is 15. Another will shout, I will buy it for 20 rupees. A third man will say, and I shall sell him the flour for 20 rupees. Now what shall I do with my 20 rupees? Shall I buy a pair of shoes and a dhoti? No, I shall not buy any of those. With my 20 rupees, I shall buy a pair of she-goats. Then I shall feed the goats on green grass and leaves. Soon the goats will have little ones, and in a few years, I shall have at least 10 goats. Now, what shall I do with those 10 goats? I shall keep them in the market. Goats. Who will buy my plump goats? I shall shout in the market. Just the thing I was looking for, says a villager with a red turban and a blue shirt. And he buys my goats for 100 rupees. Yes, for 100 rupees. Now what shall I do with those 100 rupees? Shall I buy a red silk coat or shall I buy a beautiful bed? No, I shall not waste my 100 rupees like that. I shall buy 2 cows. The cows will have calves, and the calves will grow up and become cows. And then all the cows will have more calves, and there will be lots of milk. And I shall sell milk and butter and cream. And I make barfi, rasgulla and gulab jamun. And have a shop of my own, with peeled up. Sweets, who will buy my sweets? I shall call out, who will buy my fresh sweets? Juicy sweets. And along will come children with silver coins in their hands and their mouths watering. And then there will be men and women too, waiting for their turn to buy my sweets. And I shall do good business and I shall get richer and richer. Now, what shall I do with the money I get? Shall I buy an elephant or shall I build a temple? No, I know what I shall do. I shall trade in pearls and diamonds. Yes, I shall buy pearls, diamonds and many other precious stones. Then I shall put on a lovely blue coat and a bright red turban and go to the king. Pearls, diamonds, rubies, all for your majesty. I shall say, pearls, diamonds, all the very best. Aha, the king will say, just what I want for my queen. And I shall do more and more trade in pearls and diamonds and other precious stones. And I shall become a very rich man. Then I shall build a large house with beautiful lawns and mango groves. And there will be rare roses in my garden and pools full of red and blue and yellow and white lotus flowers, and white swans will be swimming about. Then my rich men will come to me and ask me to marry their daughters. Shall I marry one of those girls? Oh no! Along will come the king himself and he will ask to marry me, his daughter. Yes, then the beautiful princess with her long hair and lovely eyes will be my bride. And soon we shall have a son and another and then a daughter. And I shall play with my children in the garden, where I shall ask my wife to play with the children while I go and take rest. My wife is doing other things and the children will follow me. I shall not permit the children to disturb me when I am resting. I shall shout at them to go away. But children will be children. As they become more and more troublesome, I will get angry. I will pick up a stick and beat them. Imagining he was beating the children, the Brahmin began to beat the air with his hand. Suddenly one hand struck against the pot of flour. Crash! The pot fell down and was smashed into 100 pieces. The flour was scattered all over the floor. What was that noise? Said the Brahmin, jumping out the bed. He looked around him, but could see no princess, no big house, no lovely garden, no mango groves, and of course no children. only the broken pot and the flour spilled all over the sandy floor. Thank you.